Hello there YouTube, TechSavagepro here, and today I am sure that you are very excited for this video because it is obviously a Roku video. I know that you guys absolutely love my Roku videos, as I do myself, because they're very cool and they're pretty unique to the YouTube platform. But today we have a different type of video. There's a lot of things that you can do to enhance your Roku experience, but the thing that I'm going to show you today is actually a product similar to just a regular remote that you would get with your Roku device. But this is actually by SoftBaden. It's like the R2 or something like that. And a bonus on top of that, as you guys may or may not know, I have recently surpassed 900. As of making this, I think that we're somewhere around like 906 and 909, somewhere around there. But basically, I'm going to be holding a giveaway from now until I get to 1,000 subs. So, well, probably a little bit more than that. I'm probably going to be actually doing the giveaway from now until 1,100. So 1.1k, around there. But yeah, so just a little tip there. And if you want to go ahead and enter, make sure that you do check out my Twitter. I'm going to be dropping a tweet very soon on how to enter. Just go ahead and reply and retweet that tweet. Go ahead and on this video, make sure that you do comment. Just make a comment. Make sure that it's positive, of course. And then just leave a like and subscribe. But, of course, make sure that you do comment. Now that that's out of the way, again, what I was saying is that this product is from SoftBaden. Now, I haven't actually showed you the actual product itself, so this is just the regular remote. As you can tell, it's kind of messed up there. But this is just a regular remote that I use on my TV. Now, I am going to show you actually all the functionalities, but I'm at my desk right now, and it's a lot easier. So I did actually receive a package today. Now, I guess you could call this a sponsored video. It's not necessarily, but then again, both of these remotes that I got are actually fully paid for. So, yeah. Now, as you can tell, I do have two. So, one of you lucky subscribers are going to be able to get your hands on one of these. So these are very cool. As you can tell, they do look very similar at first glance to the regular. I do believe that this is probably a lot longer. Now this does absolutely work on all Rokus. Now I'm not too sure if all of these options work on the Roku TV, but now that you see them and all that, I'm just going to cut the video here, head over to my TV, and then we'll jump right back into it. Alright, so I am at my TV. I'm just going to go ahead and turn this on. So, as you can tell, just booted right up. So, I'm going to just go ahead and set this up. Of course, let me just open it. Again, huge thanks to this guy, Keo, hitting me up on Twitter and setting me up with the free deal. So, huge shout out there. Ooh, did we get stickers? Oh, no. So, I just happened to open it, and we get a lot of stuff. So, I guess we get like a usability thing. I'm not sure what this is. So, there's that in case, like, I guess troubleshooting manuals. We get a pretty cool looking book. I mean, I'm never going to look at this, but it has a cool little logo. I honestly really like the SoftBaden logo. Looks cool to me. And then, I guess because this was, like, sponsored, I guess, they sent me this. I'm not sure if, that... So, it does come with batteries, I can see. But that, I guess that's pretty good because you don't necessarily have to like recharge it and all that. Now, I did mention that some of this might not work on the Roku TV. But I guarantee you that if you do go and buy this, which I believe it's only like $28 to like $30, it's very cheap for what it is. Very, very satisfying. Oh, look at this. Oh, yes. Very, very satisfying. Oh, yes. It has a very, very nice feel to it. Very nice, like, matte finish. Really, really like the way that feels. Won't get, like, grubby looking, I guess you could say. Like, look at that. That's pretty, you know, not satisfying. But does have batteries, which some people may see that as a downside. But then again, they're easily replaceable. So you can just slide the back off and then put them right back in. And so you're golden. But once I get this set up, then I will be back. Alright, so I am back at my TV. I do have the remote set up and ready to go, but I do want to mention that it's not completely set up for me, and this is only because I have a Roku TV and the actual TV. So like a lot of you have Roku TVs, but it's the actual stick version, the Roku TV stick, and so if you do replace like your little stick or whatever remote with this, then all of it will just go ahead and just work. Very, very simple. But if it doesn't, there are a few things that you can try. Now, none of these necessarily work for me. I did actually find my own way, which kind of is stupid, but at the same time, kind of good, I guess. But little did I know that, you know, that paper that I opened, the beginning, it actually, you know, explains what you need to do to, you know, connect it, because it doesn't have a back button. Yeah, well, manuals aren't always stupid. Fun fact there. But, so, as I was saying, did have to find that, little method out by myself the hard way. Took hours, because the internet was useless. But, anyways, so what you want to do is go ahead and have a remote. Now, although this whole entire video is typically like towards Roku users and all that, and I may actually wind up naming the video something different, something un-Roku related, just to get a bigger audience and so more people can know the message. But first off, I want to say that you should definitely check out this remote. It's very, very cool. Like the product, like the like texture, of course, the smell. It's absolutely so juicy. You just, smells great. Smells, quality. Like, I feel like it tastes good. Like, that's how good it smells. But other than that, you have very squishy buttons. So, like, if you look at that, very, very squishy. So you definitely know whenever you're clicking something. You have your power button, your other power button. Now, you're also probably wondering, why do I have two power buttons? Well, the blue one, or, well, I guess it doesn't really matter, but the two power buttons are for multiple devices. So, like, as I was saying, although this is, like, geared towards, like, the Rokus and stuff, you can actually use just about anything that has infrared. So, or infrared, however you say it. Basically, now, I can't know this for a fact, but most of the time that it has this little black bar, that means that it is infrared. And basically, that's just like the greenhouse gases, that garbage right there, transfers energy invisibly, basically. It's basically energy through thin air or out of nothingness, because that makes 100% sense. But science. anyways, as I was saying, so you have two power buttons. Now, although you have the power buttons, I actually really don't even think that it matters if it's a power button or not, because like I'm fixing to show you, so because you don't have the actual, let me just show you. So because on most alternate of remotes, you have a little button right here, which is called the pairing button. And they actually mention this in the actual settings of the Roku itself, on how to set up an alternative remote. So if you go into settings, remotes and devices, pair, it says to pair a new voice remote to your Insignia Roku TV, which is the Roku TV that I have. Put batteries into remote, press and hold pairing button in remote battery compartment for 5 seconds. The TV will begin pairing automatically. Well, as you can tell, it is constantly searching because it can't find anything. And I don't know why this is. I can't explain it other than the fact that it doesn't have an actual button in the back. But again, as I was saying, there is a way to fix this. What you want to do is, of course, first check out the remote, or just get another universal remote that works with all your devices. There's not too many that I can think of that are out there that works quite this good. But go ahead, take the red power button. Oh, snap. So the red power button, not the blue one, but the red power button, go ahead and hold it. You will see the little light come on. Now, infrared, I'm going to be using my other Roku remote right here. But for the power button that you will need to set up, what you want to do is you want to go into that little mode that is called programming mode. And then go ahead and hold down the power button and the new remote power button at the same time. As you can tell, it is doing a little flash thing right there. Now, to get to like set it in stone, go ahead, press the power button and the mute button at the same time. Don't hold it. So the first time, you just want to go ahead, power button, mute button, go ahead and hold that for 3 seconds. Then, after that, it should work. But as you can tell, it is obviously being a pain because I didn't do it right. So, like I said, make sure that it has that. Once it starts to blink, like it will in a minute, or if you don't want to wait, you don't have to. Again, the preferred thing is to have them less than an inch apart. So go ahead, just do that. Alright, so as you can tell, it is actually blinking. So as you could tell, I don't know if you could see that, but it did actually turn green. Yeah, so then go ahead, do that. And as you can tell, it does actually work now. So you can tell it does take a bit of practice, time, and effort, to get it to work. But it's very, very useful as far as that goes. Now, I believe that you can also tinker around with it. And what I was saying about, I don't think that it really matters what buttons you use. But I'm going to go find a button that's not a Roku button or anything. And I'm going to try to pair it just so you can go ahead and get a glimpse of what that blue button or just what else this thing can really do. But in words, basically, it can control probably 5 or 6 devices at once, no effort. Just alone with the programming feature. So maybe 6, including your Roku, or more. I'm not too sure. All I know is that you can definitely control multiple devices with this single button alone. So just imagine, because you've seen the way that you have to get the two things to pair. Imagine if you had that same thing, but because you're not pairing it to the same device more than once, then you're creating new connections. So basically what this does is once you click that power button, it can turn on to like 5 or 6 devices on a single click. That is just crazy. And who knows, it could be absolutely useful for you. If you like to, just sit back, watch some Roku, and listen to loud, heavy metal music while you bust your eardrums, then so be it. You could just click a button, boom, you're set. But yeah, so I'm going to go find a button or something like that that I can try to connect. But what I was saying, doesn't seem like I can find a button. But what I was saying is that you can change the actual power button. So, like, I know that I'm, like, sidetracking a crazy amount, but once we go back into this programming mode, once again, the people who are doing this on a Roku stick will not have to worry about this. You'll only have to do the power button, at most, probably. All of this is pre-programmed, including the little shortcuts. Cool thing about this remote is you can actually remove these ones down here. You can obviously remove the actual button itself, but, it's going to make the function kind of useless, and you're going to have a giant hole in your button, so don't do that. It's not ethical. As I was saying, you can go ahead and see that once we do get this whole little flashing light thing, you could tell that we did actually pair the power button. So whatever button you want to go ahead and set, what you want to do is if you hit, for example, let's say the home button, which is pre-programmed, if you wanted to go ahead and like reset that to something, you would just point the devices towards each other and hit whatever button at the same time, and then they'll sync using infrared. But another thing that you might want to know is that the programming mode on this button does time out after 30 seconds if you are inactive or not doing some type of programming function. Now, the bad thing is that typically, I do believe that it is supposed to save it, but from my experience so far, when doing like a programming key or something like that, if you let it time out, it does actually not save your function, so you're kind of out of luck. But basically, you want to go ahead and just press the buttons at the same time, then they will pair. So, as you could tell, they did just go ahead and easily pair. I did have to cut when editing or whatever, but to save storage and all that. But anyways, so I believe that you can actually just go ahead and completely ignore the functionality of the power button. So once you go ahead, get that little programming mode in, and again, whatever button you're trying to program over here, you want to hold that button, and then whatever device you're trying to connect to, at the same time, click and hold both of those buttons. This button or your Roku alternative should flash green real quick and then go back to red. And then from there, you just want to go ahead and hit the power button and the mute button at the exact same time and save it. Again, don't let it time out because it won't save your actual key like it just did. So very, very unfortunate. But the whole 30-second thing doesn't really apply as long as you're like doing multiple keys at the same time and you're doing something. Other than that, there's pretty much nothing else to really show other than I believe that you can like replace the power button. So what I was talking about is if you go over to the power button right here and I just go to the the mute button, if I go ahead and I press those at the exact same time, you can tell it does actually flash green, like so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and save that. Now, if you've seen that at the very top, it was actually muted. So if I just click the sound buttons, it actually will remove that mute. So you can already imagine with this whole programming option, that is, you know, the only thing that Roku TV users, like the actual TV itself, can use other than the options down here and like the buttons right here, then you're pretty much golden. So like you have unlimited possibilities to do with this area. So very, very cool. Highly suggest checking out this button. It's very, very cool. Very premium, like I said. It looks great. It's pretty cool. And again, this little blue button right here, just, you obviously seen you can really replace any button on this. You can even reprogram the buttons that you can't use as far as these, but that's that. So hopefully you did like this video, and if you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and as always, peace out. Of course, don't forget to join the giveaway. I am going to be running this on Snapchat. I'm going to be running this on Twitter and YouTube. Again, if you do enter on YouTube, which I'm hoping that you will, to increase your chances, go ahead, make sure that you leave a comment. And if you do have a Twitter, make sure that you do comment your Twitter in the same comment as well. So, yeah. But go ahead and keep a check out on my Twitter. Make sure that whenever I do post a tweet, you retweet, like, and reply to the original tweet. If there are subtweets and things like that, do not reply to those. Reply to the original main tweet, which I will probably keep pinned on my Twitter until we do hit the goal and the reveal of the giveaway happens, which will be, once again, at 1.1K. So let's break the records. Let's pass 1,000. And yeah. But very cool. Of course, enter the giveaway. And if you do win via YouTube, I will probably message you, and then we can like discuss the whole thing then. And if you are going to be trying to enter on Snapchat, go ahead and add me at TechSavagepro. Of course, no spaces, like usual. And peace out. This has been your favorite YouTuber ever, and I'll see you in the next one.